Okay, today we're going to be learning how to solve and graph multiplication and division inequalities. So again, solving inequalities is just like solving equations, except you just have an inequality there. So we're going to use inverse operations. We're going to first identify the operation that's being performed on our variable. Then we're going to use the opposite operation to isolate the variable. So here's example 1. We're going to solve and graph 5x is less than 35. So I'll write this down. 5x is less than 35. Okay. 5x means 5 times x. So we have to undo the multiplying by 5. So how do we do that? By dividing by 5. We divide the left side by 5, divide the right side by 5. Now here, 5 divided by 5, that cancels. All we have is the x. Bring down your inequality. 35 divided by 5 is 7. So we have x is less than 7. Now we need to graph that. Again, your number line, it's just kind of zooming into one spot. So we're looking at just a small portion of it. So 7 is our special number. We look up here. It's a less than. The variable is less than 7. So it's an open circle. And for less than, we shade to the left. So x is less than 7. There's your graph. So we had 5x, which meant 5 times x. To undo the multiplying by 5, we had to divide by 5 on both sides. And again, I need to see your work shown exactly like this. Example 2. Solve and graph x divided by 17 is greater than or equal to 5. So we have x divided by 17 is greater than or equal to 5. Here, when we have the fraction, we know that means that it's division. So how do we undo dividing? With multiplication. So we've got to multiply by whatever's in our denominator. So we're going to multiply by 17 on both sides. The multiplying by 17, dividing by 17, cancel. All we have is x greater than or equal to, and 17 times 5. Come over here. 5 times 7, that's 35. So 5 carry a 3. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 3 is an 8. So x is greater than or equal to 85. Now we have to graph. Put 85 on your number line. Give it some friends on the right and the left. So 85 to the right would be 86, 87. Going back this way, got 84, 83. And now we look. X is greater than or equal to 85. So you go to 85, since it's an or equal to, we got a closed circle. Now if you're still confused about which way to shade, you can take one number from the right of your target number and one number from the left of the target number and plug them in to your inequality. So I'm going to try out 84 and 86. So 84 greater than or equal to 85. Is 84 greater than or equal to 85? No. So 84 is not a solution there. Now I'm going to try 86 because I have to try one on the other side of my number. 86 greater than or equal to 85. Is 86 greater than or equal to 85? Yes. So now I know for sure I'm going to shade to the right. And also remember that as you read it, x is greater than Well, greater than is always to the right. Okay, example 3. Solve and graph 2/3 y is less than 16. So 2/3 y is less than 16. Again, we have our fraction in front. To get rid of the fraction in front, you're going to multiply by the reciprocal. So it was 2/3. Well, we're going to flip it over and multiply by 3/2 on both sides. So now here, the 2's and the 3's, they cancel. So all we have is y is less than. Now we're going to look over here. We got 16/1. 2 and 16 can be cross-simplified. 2 divided by 2 gives us 1. 16 divided by 2 gives us 8. So we have 8/1 times 3/1. Well, 8 times 3, that's 24. And then the 1 times 1, that would just be 1. And 24/1 is just 24. So y is less than 24. We got to graph that. Four there, 25, 23 on this side. Give them a couple more friends. Okay, since it's only a less than, we're going to have an open circle. And less than, less, you shade to the left. And try it out. If you've shaded it, you want to make sure you've done it correctly. Take your inequality and plug in something from the direction that you shaded. Here, I shaded to the left of 24, so I'm going to take a number from this side and plug it in. I'll choose 22. So 22, is that less than 24? Yes. So I know I shaded correctly. Okay, last example. The perimeter of a square is at most 50 meters. So at most 50 meters. They want us to write, solve, and graph an inequality to find the possible side lengths for the square. So at most 50 meters, the perimeter. Perimeter, well, it's a square, so we've got 4 sides and they're all equal. So 4 times the side length is at most. Well, at most means it's got to be less than or equal to 50, right? So the 4 sides together, which is the perimeter of our square, is less than or equal to 50 because it can't be any bigger than that. 50 is the maximum that it could be. Now we got to solve. This is a 4s. We got a 4 in front, means it's multiplying, so we're going to divide by 4. Over here, got to divide by 4. Same thing. On this side, 4 s divided by 4 is just s, less than or equal to. Now you got to do 50 divided by 4. 50 divided by 4. 4 can go into 5 one time. 4 times 1 is 4. Subtract. We got a 1. Bring down our 0. 4 can go into 10 2 times. For 8. 10 minus 8 is 2. 4 cannot go into 2, but we can always make this a decimal and bring down another 0. 4 can go into 20 5 times, and 4 times 5 is 20. So you're done with your division. So s is less than or equal to 12.5. Okay, Now I'm going to leave the graphing part up to you all, and I'll see you tomorrow in class.